they're huge. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to see Jordan's arm against the Rob Bagent Jr. arm. I think it'd be a good match.
You think they can make it happen?
I mean,
RBJ pull anymore?
Everything else is happening for the right price. I mean, Jordan's worth the money. And Rob Bagent's worth the money, I feel like. Jordan's proved himself. So
Jordan's putting himself out there. I don't see RBJ pulling anybody.
Yeah, I mean.
But he's the top of the food chain, right? Isn't he the WL champ?
Yeah, I believe people like Michael Todd have an ability to like call anybody, be able to go anywhere they want, being they're the heaviest guy in the food chain. Rob Bagent Jr. would have to be careful. A 220-pound guy could be just enough to.
Yeah, because he's walking at 205, right?
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I think Rob would come out for the right reasons. I just think everybody's confused with what WAL is going to do or what's going to happen. COVID screwed up arm wrestling last year, so I don't know. I think Rob, if somebody asked, Rob would do whatever he needed to do. Obviously the right price because he is the champion.
Yeah, man, I guess I thought they were setting that up with him and Hutchings. When Hutchings pulled Sill, he looked about 215. And I was like, if he's coming down, who's he coming down for? It's got to be RBJ, right? Who else?
Yeah, I would have to assume, but Todd Hutchings pulled Don Underwood correctly, like before that match, correct? So Jordan got the win on him after he had a super match with Don Underwood, correct?
I don't remember. The same day? Or just recently?
I thought that was at Utah, and Don Underwood got busted by Todd Hutchings, and then Jordan Sill beat Todd Hutchings.
It was the same event.
Yeah, so you can't,
okay.
How legit.
I know that, right.
I mean, I still believe Todd Hutchings is a god amongst men.
My point more was that Hutchings was 215, so I thought he was coming down in weight, and the only reason would be an RBJ match, right? I mean,
yeah, I believe that would be
what they were trying to do.
Yeah, I believe that would be.
I just wonder why they're not pulling like UFC and just not having spectators and putting them in the pit. Putting it on BR Live or whatever.
Yeah, give us something. Give us something. I feel like,
maybe they. Watch it, for sure.
I watch it and I'm not there. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. So
there's got to be more to it. I think. Yep. A little more behind the scenes.
So with all this COVID stuff actually going on, who would you say is your dream match right now? That everything's kind of still and steady.
So. My right did not perform like I want to, so if I wanted to pull somebody, I want to pull Marcio Barboza. It's always the match that I want. I love Marcio, but I always want a match with Marcio. Right or left-handed, I always love Marcio. The matches that I want to see, though, I want to see Pavlo with anybody else.
Anyone.
I mean, don't get me wrong, no 280-pound dudes, I don't give a shit about. If you outweigh them by 100 pounds, I don't care about that. But somebody at 240 and under, I want to, man, anybody in the world. I just want to see it.
Either hand.
Yep. And his left is disgusting. So I would love to see Pablo get a chance, even against Marcio Barboza. Yes. That's a dream of his. So why not? I mean, why not? So
have you seen Barboza lately?
No. Again, I think that's that WAL. Don't know where the line is. If they can come out and play. So.
Is he 280 or is he 230? You don't know, right?
Yeah. A 242 Marcio, not a 280 Marcio.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's too dangerous.
I haven't seen him in a while. So.
I would like to see Travis come back.
I don't think you have enough money to bring Travis back, right?
Nope. I'd love to see it, though. Just, it would put away a couple of the naysayers and things like that. Unfortunately, I love Michael. Devin's the man. But I hate that the whole world turned into a King's Move discussion. It's just disgusting. Arm wrestling got away from what it used to be about, and I love arm wrestling. So I'd like to see, Travis beat people by being the fastest, sickest arm wrestler. I mean, and the biggest cheater in arm wrestling. It's way more entertaining than a King's Move, in my opinion. Not knocking Michael for being the champion. You do your thing. It's just...
What I think you're seeing is that transition to try to make it mainstream and where the issues are in that. It's not a mainstream sport, and when it goes mainstream, it changes what we have going on in the small community.
Yeah, a big league like WAL puts in the time with Devin Lorette or Michael Todd, or puts in the time for their athletes. Man, it's a lot of money and time to get new athletes. That you can't just.
No, you're building character.
Yep, you have to build the character, and that's the only way to make the money for WAL or PAL. Well, PAL does a little bit more outreach, but still.
But they're in Europe. They have more reach in Europe.
Oh yeah, right. I think the best way to build character, though, overall, is what WAL is doing, where they have these super matches only, and they've got these long, drawn-out matches where the King's Move kind of reigns supreme because it's just a beautiful wounding technique. you know, or a disgusting wounding technique in your words.
Yeah. I don't mind the King's move if you do it the right way. Some of it got into like a desperation move. I believe there's a difference for sure. And I'm not saying the top guys are doing it wrong, but unfortunately, some people that should never be in the finals are getting there in other tournaments and stuff from following the guys that can pull it off. So my other thing is though too, man, make the characters. But one tournament a year, you let everybody show up and just don't put any title belts on it. Just let everybody have a WAL like it used to be. Because as much as you want to give these guys their reign, that's awesome. Give them that reign. But you want to keep the world entertained, let them be a part of it. And the only way you let them be a part of it is, man, what does it cost to do a tournament like we did in Vegas? It can't be any worse than paying Michael Todd and
how many
Devin.
people watched that? How many people sat there and watched that? I mean, everybody was involved.
Not a minute.
Everybody.
There was 500 plus pollers. There's no way that's
every
not
poller
marketable.
watched that. Everybody.
Yeah. And then you do that now after COVID. You do something crazy like that after COVID. You'd have 1,000 fucking people show up to Vegas to put. Well, maybe not Vegas because it's not open, but a neutral ground. You'll have 1,000 freaking pollers want to go.
I am surprised that they don't have like 1 month just set aside just for that specific big tournament style versus the super match style, because that's where arm wrestling started, was in the tournament style.
I feel like there's still a part of that needs to be a part of the big picture, so people know it's still there. I'm not saying Michael has to pull in it or Devin has to pull in it, but
they get scared that they're going to lose and it's going to hurt, but they got to understand that even those guys can lose in a tournament.
Then they lose.
What if Michael and Todd are the first match?
That's what I mean. So then they lose. Great. So now you got a whole fucking storyline for the next super match.
Yes.
I mean, to me, there's no lose. This is like perfect for a WA. And in COVID, if there ain't a better situation than to put on a series or some shit right now where the world at Illinois State has 500 people in a room. We're at NatFit Midwest and we have 400 people in a room till midnight, 10 hours arm wrestle. People want to arm wrestle. This is, man, capitalize on it. Somebody capitalize on it. It's crazy.
Yeah, people say we're not arm wrestling. We've been doing it all year, right?
Right? And then it opened up. Now we got 500 people in a room, and there's not $1 to win. There ain't $1 to win. Now, don't get me wrong. Brian did great with the awards, and Travis is announcing, so everybody loves that and stuff like that. There's a good setup, all the filming, the crews, the live feed. That's all amazing. I think everybody's on the right path, but man, could you imagine if WL or somebody announced some shit?
Yeah, what if it's 15,000 people or 8,000 or whatever
I'm just saying, you could have a weekend of arm wrestling.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it would be.
You went to Vegas, I would assume, right?
Yep, yeah.
How many people were there? That was 25, 30 deep, right? And all the classes of solid talent.
And it was the best thing I've ever seen. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's time.
And that was for no money, right? That was when they had screwed up and then somebody else had pulled it together.
Yep.
So that wasn't even everybody that it could have been.
Yep. I think right now, I don't know, but that's just my idea. I mean, they got a plan, they got a dream, they know what they're doing. There's the reasons why they have billions. I don't. They know what they're doing. They're
but
not
do you
dumb.
need billions? Can we do it without them? Can we still? I mean, we're doing 500 in Illinois State, right? 400 here. How do we do 1,000 at Strongest Badge? You know, how do we make it that much bigger?
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I do believe there has to be a tiny bit of money available. There's some dudes that drove from Montana to this because they thought there was just going to be entry fee paid back. Could you imagine if you had?
They got here and they realized there's nothing.
Yeah, there's no money, but you know, them guys are here to pull too, and that's amazing. They're still in it for the people and the love of pulling. But think if you had $1,000 first place prize. Yeah, man, there's holy shit. There would be.
Do you think there'll ever be like a $1 million person? I mean, that's dreaming big, but you're hearing about these people in Dubai that are putting out big money. I mean, real big money. Do you think we'll ever see that in the world of arm wrestling?
I'm thinking, if you weren't thinking about going to Zloty in the next couple of years, you're crazy. Because somebody's going to put money in them in Dubai. Dubai's going to buy something in arm wrestling that's going to be.
They'll capitalize. They see it.
Yep. Somebody's going to do it.
And it's so much bigger over there, where there is money in it. And I think that's the problem here is there's not enough money for the big guys to get involved.
No, and I'm not thinking WAL's in it for the money. You couldn't be. UAL, I don't know if it was in it for the money necessarily. They
have to make money.
Yeah, they have a business plan and they have something going. But at some point, you just have to have that sucker that loves to spend money, that just wants to see it. I think Robert Drank was that guy. I think Robert knew he was going to lose for a couple years. Maybe had an idea to get on TV and stuff. But man, he put his out there and lost it. And man, it was some of his tournaments were the cream of the crop, you know. And I feel like we just have to have somebody that had deep enough pockets that they didn't care if they lost, you know. Maybe it was just because they loved it, you know. We need a 30-year-old arm wrestler that has millions of dollars. You know, unfortunately, that sucks. It's never going to happen. You know, I mean, we need a sugar daddy, and I don't know who that is, so I don't know. So,
you don't think there's some rich oligarch in
I think
in
there is.
Russia?
I think there is. I mean,
In America, it's probably Dubai.
Yeah,
right?
you'd have to get another from some other country. I don't know. I get messages all the time about people that want to do weird things, man. I don't know why they wouldn't pay us to arm wrestle.
That's the weirdest thing you got, right?
Yeah, right.
Not much more weird.
So where are we going to see you next, though, Chris?
So I'll be at Kentucky Muscle. Pablo and I will be at Kentucky Muscle. As you guys have probably seen, we're all representing the Mind Recovery Drinks. It's a new sponsor for our team. There is some big news coming from it later.
What's the deal with this drink?
So it's a CBD recovery drink. Took 3 years to market because they wanted to get it perfect. I'm not trying to sell it or anything like that because it's not in the United States yet. It's UK, Ireland. I mean, Conor McGregor's fight team is actually part of the group, all that stuff. So I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that, but it was a big deal. But we happened to run into this guy, and he loved arm wrestling. He got very interested, so he said, "What the heck? I want to see some of your tournaments, you know, and do your thing." And now he's going to roll with us a little bit, see what happens. I believe we're going to go to the Europa. All 3 of the Europas. This is news that's coming, but I believe UAL is going to run a Mind series at the 3 Europas, and we'll start introducing it to the United States. So it'll be a little
You guys got some in your truck?
I do.
You gotta hook me up? This isn't even available and I'm gonna get some?
Absolutely.
My man.
Yeah, I got some stuff over there. I got some shirts, all that stuff. I know I got Brad Cook. I still owe a shirt. I'll get both of you guys shirts. So
thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Represent.
Let me know. I'll help push it whenever it's ready and
Absolutely.
we'll rock and roll.
Absolutely. Like I said, Europa. We'll be at all 3 of them, representing Kentucky Muscle. And then from there, we're not really sure. Pablo and I, if it goes to Dubai for Zloty, that will be our big stop.
It's November, right?
Yep. And then we are talking about Worlds. Orlando, it's kind of hard to pass that up. I'd have to drop to 231 because them big boys are just a little rough for me. But Dimitri's going to pull there no matter what, Pablo's son. And, you know, he's the future of the sport. We definitely, you know, why not? We might as well go. Yep, so we might as well go and represent the USA and stuff like that. So.
Well, you got St. Louis in August, right?
Yes.
Yeah?
I'm 100% sure. Hey, I only have Europas and Kentucky Muscle in my brain. So.
Right? No, that's still that August. You want a match there or you just want to do the tournament?
I love a match, but you got to find somebody that sounds really cool, but I can beat.
It's got to be a super, right? I mean, you're walking around here at 270 now. So.
Yeah, so this is my last 270. I'll be 242
You're going back
from
down.
Yep. Yeah, it's a little
So it's diet time.
Yeah, man,
You were actually talking about 230. What's a 230-pound Chris look like?
Man, I don't know, but
You
my
haven't
abs
seen him at
probably look
165?
ridiculous.
I saw him at 165.
Yeah, as long as my arms stay big. Now, 230 would be only for Zloty, only for Worlds if I did do it. 242 would be the lowest I go. So.
When was the last time we saw you at 230? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. So when I left the sport, I went into strongman, and I would compete. I went all the way to 285, and then I came down for nationals and stuff to 231. And it got a little rough for a while, but I can get there. It's not bad. I eat Chicago deep dish pizza like every other day, so I could get there.
242 is easy for you.
Yeah. It'd take a couple weeks. Kentucky Muscle, I'll be 242.
So you're going for some cheap dinner tonight then, huh?
Right? Yep. I got like one more week in me, and then I'll start dieting. So.
And you're training with Pablo right now. What are some of the things you're really working on really hard right now?
So when I met Pablo, it was kind of crazy. It's complete opposite. Pablo's ability to clamp with his fingers was nothing, but his ability to pronate was, I mean, it's on another level. I can't pronate for shit, but I could clamp an enormous amount of weight, compared to him. So we basically traded. So he works the shit out of my pronator, and then I work the shit out of his clamping. Whether or not he has to use, clamping's not as important as a pronator, but it's definitely helping both of us out. Most of the reason why that I'm in the super heavyweights class is because Pablo and I have an agreement that we don't pull each other. So, and I don't know. So people think that's a little weird, but I go supers, he goes
It's a team thing.
Yeah, it's just
How would it go?
yeah, we actually have never actually polled, but I believe he
come on.
would bust my ass both hands. Left-handed, I got a better chance, but right-handed, he would bust mine. So, yeah, his pronator's pretty right-handed. He's pretty on top of his game right now. So, and he's the one that won't poll. Like, so then I don't poll because that's not fair. So it's kind of a shitty deal. So yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man.
Yep. But we're going to stop that. We're going to both poll in the 242s, both poll supers, and just see what happens. So.
You know, Blake Perry was interested in that match with you.
Yeah, so I did see the thing with Blake Perry. I think I was just checking my timeline. I think he even messaged me too. So
He said he was interested in you and Harold Owens. He wanted to get you back from that match.
man, he's ready to chew on some.
He looked really strong at Illinois State. I knew Blake Perry was strong, but whenever you guys faced off with each other, he was looking really strong, more than I was expecting.
So Blake impresses me, but the thing with Blake is, man, if he learned a tiny bit more of the advantage he has with that arm, that long arm, man, Blake Perry'd be unstoppable. I mean, he'd be like Sean Latimer left-handed. Like, that leverage is just
I'm not sure who he's got to train with down there.
Yeah, no, I know Blake's probably not equipped with the ability to train with that kind of caliber.
I saw him with Michael Todd and Corey West there on that one video for a minute. Did you see him break that lock?
Yeah, it's
That's
ridiculous,
wild,
man. So I believe Blake has all the potential in the world. I love Blake. Blake also he pulls a little young. So when he gets a little bit more of the confidence and the ability to think on the table, man, he'd be unstoppable. So
The issue with that might be if you're going to be down at that point, you might only be 240.
yeah, no, I'll bust Blake Perry's ass all day. But I love Blake Perry.
Well, you said you wanted a match like that, so is that?
No, yeah, that's definitely in the.
It's in the.
Yeah, I mean,
We can think about that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I have no problem playing Blake. So.
We'll keep that on the books. We'll look at it.
So other than Marcio and Blake, because we talked about them, would you call anyone out right now?
Nah.
Rockers.
Yeah, nah. I pull Brent every
Smash
tournament.
him,
So,
Rocker.
yeah, I pull Brent every weekend. Every time we have a tournament. And I really don't. And I don't know. It's so different. I do want another chance at Paul Passamore, left-handed, but I don't know if I'm ready for him yet. But Paul got my number for some reason. I definitely want to bust Breda's ass, but I don't think I have that number yet either. He's on a roll. I definitely respect the shit out of Breda, but trust me, I'm going to beat that dude. I can't stand that. So I would love to pull Chance Shaw, but I think Chance had a better. I think Chance was on it today. I don't
really
know.
good today,
I don't know
right?
if I could have done anything to him today, but I would like to pull Chance. It would bump him up, and I think it would bump me up. I think it would.
We could maybe do that one.
Yeah, right. I mean, I like the idea. Chance is that newcomer that would bring attention. I like it. So
Yeah, I like that too.
yeah, let's talk about something. That'll be good.
We had Chance over here earlier. He's very impressive, like probably one of the most impressive performances I've seen all day today. Because he faced you, he faced Jordan Sill, and he faced Ron back to back.
So he didn't pull me.
Oh, I thought he did.
Nope, he pulled not somebody that I don't know, and then he pulled Jordan and busted Jordan. Then he busted Ron, and then he came back. Yeah, he never got me. I got my ass kicked before he got to me. Yeah, but Chance was very impressive considering that 7 days ago he pulled 3 hours with
Even his first
Jerry
one was good,
Cadaret.
too.
I mean, that's out of control. So he came here thinking he wasn't even gonna pull because his arm was a little trashed, and then he rolls through Ron and Jordan.
And that's a 260, 270 Chance, who I think, honestly, is probably stronger at 220, 230. If he gets down there, he's probably a better version.
I think Chance should go down and wait if he's going to go further his career. I'm not saying you do what you want to do, but I feel like a 230 Chance is the best arm wrestler in the world. He has the potential to be the best arm wrestler in the world. So I think 260, he's going to run into somebody that's just going to hang on and rip his arm off. Especially
Zena was the first one.
Nick. That's a nasty lineup. I mean, that's nasty.
It was Murderer's Row, yeah.
Yep.
And there was a lot of people giving him crap for winning in Kansas City a couple years ago, saying that Nick, that's not the Nick, that's not the Nick. Well, he got it back, right? So
Yeah, I mean,
might not be Nick now, but that's true.
Yeah, Nick's probably not the Nick that was winning WAL, but Nick Zena's still Nick Zena. It don't matter. I mean, if Travis gets on the table, Travis is still Travis Bagent. I mean, it's still a professional arm wrestler. You don't lose all that crap. So, Chance is definitely up and coming. Chance needs to be on a world level, just to at least test the grounds. He needs to be at his Zloty. He needs to do that stuff. So. He has the ability, that move, the ability to read in a strap. He's ready for that stuff. So. But at 231, not 270. People like Lavons and shit, we're just not ready for that kind of ability, So.
Yeah, he looked pretty unbelievable, right?
Yeah, they're just built bigger.
There's a little bit of a cocktail involved in that too.
There's a cocktail in every fucking country we pull in. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's available, you know. So
you were 165 once too, right?
Hey,
so
I was also 13 years old. At 15, I went to WAF Worlds at 165 and won third place in the men's open.
When you were pulling, when we just watched a video, I think Mike West maybe put out. It wasn't that long ago, and you were in Devin Bear's class. But
I was in high school when I pulled them guys.
Yeah, but it was still what, like 06, 07?
Yeah, 20 years ago.
14 years.
Yeah, I was 15, 16.
You're only 30?
34.
Oh man, I'm old. I'm way too old.
Yeah, no, I was in high school and stuff. I stayed down in the 165, 165. Then I moved in with Michael Todd, and that was the first time that I ever knew nutrition. Bullshit, steroids, and all that bullshit aside, anything like that. I literally had never eaten. I ate McDonald's my entire life in high school and shit. It was what I was known for.
Yeah.
Michael Todd showed me like some importance of nutrition and like eating multiple meals and stuff like that, and I bombed to like 195. You could talk all the shit that I went on drugs and all this bullshit. Michael Todd made me eat for the first time, and I learned a lot. And then I started the bodybuilding world, and then it just went from there and stuff like that. So I mean, I was still 17, 18 years old until I ever went to 200 pounds. So I mean.
So you were pretty green in all those when you were pulling those guys. You're doing that good. Corey Miller, Devin Bear, those old.
Yep, yeah. I won
into it.
I took third in the WAF Worlds in the men's class at 15 years old. So I lost to Russia and Bulgaria. I mean, in them classes, I was, I was young, and man, I would much rather be in those classes. so
you wouldn't have that size arms though, right? You don't want to give up the arms.
No, yeah, definitely don't want to give up the arms.
Yeah.
That'd be rough.
You're not going there.
So, my wife loves me at like 280, so it's a hard fight.
Right.
So,
happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, right. So, and she loves to make cookies.
All right. Well, keep it up, man. I appreciate you talking with us. I don't want to keep you all night.
No, I appreciate you guys.
Do you have anything to plug? Any social media handle? Anything?
Man, if anybody wants to go to Mind on Instagram, MYND, we'd love the shout out. Just click on it or something like that. Obviously,
still want that drink.
I know. I'm going to come bring you one.
Right.
So I'll bring you both a shirt too. Just get sizes. So.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely, I appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.